On Gravitas, we regularly warn you against falling for health fads, the likes of protein powders, weight loss tea, immunity pills. We bring you research-packed reports on the downside of health fads.
So here, miss, you are not knowledgeable about research, okay? You are nobody to give research-packed information to anybody and making such absurd claims where there is already so much of misinformation. Alright, what's up you guys? You're watching Zealocity, and in today's video we're going to be going over this absurd video on the internet. Basically, it's a news channel spreading misinformation saying that herbal and dietary supplements, health supplements, cause liver damage. So that's a pretty bold claim that they just made, and I'm going to be going over this video that they posted, and I'm also going to go through the study that they cited in this news channel, and let's just break everything down. And here I am trying to give you the right facts about everything that has been told in this video. Okay, so let's just get into the video.
As we regularly warn you against falling for health fads, the likes of protein powders, weight loss tea, immunity pills. We bring you research-packed reports on the downside of health fads. Tonight we have a scary story for you. It's from Australia. People there are being forced to get liver transplants, not because of excessive drinking or exposure to viruses, but because of some so-called herbal and dietary supplements. First things first, what are dietary supplements? In simple words, products that promise to add nutrients to your body, like vitamin C tablets or multivitamins, omega-3 pills, protein powders, health drinks for children. These are dietary supplements. Many of these products promise muscle gain or weight loss. What they don't tell you is that they can also land you in hospital. A study was conducted in Australia between 2009 and 2020. All of them had drug-induced liver injury. Herbal and dietary supplements were responsible for 47% of these cases. Between 2018 and 2020, 10 out of 19 patients who suffered liver injury did so because of these supplements. Between 2009 and 2011, the count was 2 out of 11. They're marketed as must-haves, endorsed by gym trainers, influencers, certain dietitians too. But any expert who's qualified to comment on health will only warn you against non-prescribed supplements.
Okay, so you went through all this, you've heard all this very, very bold claims saying that gym trainers are usually recommending this, and any proper dietitian, any person who's knowledgeable will not give you this supplements. And let's just break down everything first things first. Herbal and dietary supplements, okay, is what they are referring to as what caused the liver failure, okay? And I have the study in front of me, and you can see here, drug-induced liver injury in Australia, cases linked with herbal and dietary supplements, all right. And then it says in the results, total of 115 patients with paracetamol-related drug-induced liver injury, that's basically DILI, and 69 with non-paracetamol DILI were admitted to our center. Now, if you see in the non-paracetamol drug-induced liver injuries, antibiotics was the leading cause. 19 out of the 69, 28% of the people were suffering from DILI, drug-induced liver injury, due to antibiotics, and 22%, 15 out of 69 were actually due to herbal and dietary supplements. Let's go down all the way, and in the study, it does not really show what kind of dietary supplements, herbal and dietary supplements were used. So even if you see here, DILI caused by herbal and dietary supplements is a growing problem. In the United States, the proportion of supplement-related DILI cases doubled from 7 to 9% to almost 19 to 20%, although cases of severe DILI linked with herbal and dietary supplements are occasionally reported. The problem has not been specifically studied here. What does this mean? It means that it is a broad spectrum of supplements which have not been really studied about. And the news reporter just made a very absurd and very stupid claim saying that what we have is research-packed. What exactly is research-packed? Research can actually mean a broad spectrum of information, okay? Now, I'll tell you what research can typically be. One is talking to an expert, and getting an expert opinion. That's basically one kind of research. Suppose if I want to research on an iPhone. Now, I may talk to a person who is an expert, okay? Mobile shop owner. I'll ask him what the pros and cons of iPhone are. talking to one expert, he may have his own bias against iOS, Android, whatever. So he might tell me that iOS is bad because this and that and that and this, and he will tell me that Androids are better, OnePlus is better, you can go for OnePlus. I'm just giving an example here, okay? That's one sort of expert opinion, which is one form of research. The other is reading articles. Now, suppose there are hundreds of experts about mobile phones, and they write their articles on Quora, on Google, and blogs, etc., and they tell you that iOS is good, iOS is bad. There's like mixed. It's all mixed, right? You won't find one single favorable article ever. You'll always see people bashing iOS and people supporting iOS and people saying that, okay, both are fine. So it's like, there's always conflict of opinions, and it just depends on where you fit in and which one you actually read first, and then you base your opinions on that, right? So that's the second form of research. The third would be clinical trials. It's basically what a university has conducted. Okay, clinical trials are basically what big universities conduct, and they have a big sample size. Let's say we get a group of people, like 100 people who were using iPhones and 100 people who were using Androids, and they compare the data from each other, saying on a lot of factors, they compare the data saying how is the speed, how is the lag, how is your camera, how is the battery life, etc. All of these factors are considered, and all of the variables are considered for, and then the research is done on iOS versus Android. Okay, so that's a clinical trial, and that's what we call a randomized clinical trial or a non-randomized clinical trial. But whether randomized or not, it's still very reliable. Okay, the highest form of research comes in the form of meta-analyses of RCTs. Meta-analysis is basically, so there's an clinical trial, and meta-analyses compares all the clinical trials done on this topic. So let's say 10 different people have done the clinical trial on iPhone versus Android, and I am conducting a meta-analysis of all the 10 clinical trials, and I'll compare the data. And suppose if in one research it says that iPhone has a terrible battery life, and in other research it says iPhone had a decently better battery life than OnePlus, considering the usage, etc., whatever that is. In the meta-analysis, I will compare all the facts in all the 10 researches, and I will give you the points, and then we will come to conclusions. So here, coming from the expert opinion to articles to clinical trials to the highest form, which is meta-analysis, you need to go through all of that. And when she says research packed, it's the job of media to exaggerate and hype things up. So I'm not going to blame her for this. Obviously, the one who wrote the script for her and wanted their channel to grow and wanted their news channel to be known as the research packed, and they do their research and they're one of the best in the game. But hey, it's the battle of the fittest. Everyone wants to win. But again, she clearly does not understand what research means. A lot of people don't understand what research means. Now, a lot of people get their facts from documentaries or YouTube videos. But where are these YouTube videos or documentaries getting their facts from? Are they just giving you blatant opinions, or are they getting their research from clinical trials and meta-analyses? Let's just go through one more article. It's not a clinical trial, it's an article. So mind you, it's not very reliable, but hey, we have something. Okay, now let's look at this. Now in this research, it says liver injury from herbal and dietary supplements. HDS, herbal and dietary supplements, are used increasingly in both US and worldwide. And HDS-induced liver injury in US has increased proportionally. Blah, blah, blah. Now, the major implicated agents include anabolic steroids, green tea extract, and multi-ingredient nutritional supplements. Anabolic steroids, marketed as bodybuilding supplements, typically induce a prolonged cholestatic meaning reducing the function of your bile, and you're reducing the liver function. Basically, that's called cholestatic, but ultimately self-limiting the liver injury that has a distinctive serum biochemical as well as histological phenotype. Blah, 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 blah. And now, if we go down, all the way down, it shows a graph. It's a pie chart in which it shows where what the supplements were marketed as, which caused the problem in the liver injury. Okay, the majority chunk, if you see, that's basically bodybuilding related drugs. So bodybuilding drugs are typically anabolic and androgenic steroids. Now, what we refer to as steroids, these anabolic steroids have some compounds which damage the liver. So it's a well-known fact that most of the anabolic steroids that come in the oral form, not injectable form, the oral drugs which are marketed as bodybuilding supplements, they're usually C17 alkylated. C17 alkylated means means it is resistant for the liver to break it down, so the liver cannot break it down easily, and that's when it causes trouble and causes acute hepatic failure, which is basically your liver failure. It can cause high level of triglycerides in your lipid profile. It can be cholestatic in nature, etc., etc. So for those who do not know, we do a proper anabolics workshop. So we teach about anabolic steroids, and we know the exact pharmacodynamics, pharmacokinetics of the. We have studied all this. We have studied the mechanism of action. We have studied the function. We have studied the structures of these drugs, so we know them very closely. Okay, the bodybuilding drugs, obviously it's a well-known fact, but here we are not talking about herbal and dietary supplements. We're talking about bodybuilding drugs, which are hepatic toxic, and the article clearly states that herbal and dietary supplements cause liver failure. Does this make any sense? Now, if you see, another chunk is weight loss drugs. So yeah, obviously, I'm always against weight loss supplements. The ones that are marketed as fat burners or weight loss supplements, they're never any good to you. So if anyone is telling you to take a fat burner or this or that, that's just blatantly stupid. No, do not ever fall for it. Okay. And yes, any qualified person, any educated person will never tell you to take these weight loss supplements or a fat burner supplement or a bodybuilding steroid drug. Again, this is not really a herbal and dietary supplement that we're talking about as of now. If you see all the way down, it says that green tea extract hepatotoxicity, and green tea extract is usually used for weight loss, and it enhances fat metabolism, fat burning, etc., etc. And it also says that the cause of liver injury due to green tea extract is not known. The high doses of this type of catechins present in GTE are hepatotoxic in mice, particularly EGCG, which represents 30 to 50% of the dry weight of green tea extract. In most reports of GT hepatotoxicity, the human dose did not appear to be excessive or in the range that might have direct toxicity. These findings suggest that liver injury from green tea extract is a idiosyncratic reaction. Matlab, it's basically an individual reaction typical of conventional DIL, like drug-induced liver injury. Now, again, this also clearly states green tea extract once fed to mice, rats, that can cause liver injury in excessive dose. But in the typical dose that humans usually take green tea extract, it does not appear to have any liver toxic, hepatotoxic effects. And the regular cup of green tea that you have does not have the amount of AGCG, the epigallocatechin 3 gallate, that a green tea extract capsule would give you. Okay. So again, do not fall for these green tea extract capsules or supplements, fat burners. No, just have your regular green tea if you want to. If not, just to hell with it. It's not gonna like cause immense weight loss or fat burning as to what usually it is marketed as. But again, it's your nutrition which really plays an important role, and nutrition is always more important than for fat loss than other supplements. In this entire research, I have not seen one particular paragraph which says that, okay, yeah, it's the herbal supplement or it's this particular protein shake or that which is causing problems. In this entire research, these two researches that we went through right now, did you see anywhere any research stating that it was a particular protein shake or a protein drink or a multivitamin which was causing this problem? It was a broad spectrum saying that herbal and dietary supplements cause liver damage and it can land you in the hospital. And her opening statement was just so stupid.
On Gravitas, we regularly warn you against falling for health fads, the likes of protein powders, weight loss tea, immunity pills. We bring you research-packed reports on the downside of health fads.
Now, this reminds me of the classic Akshay Kumar wala, protein shakes are as bad, like protein shakes and steroids, why do you take all this? It was that big controversy, and people just make a big deal out of protein shakes. People don't realize that protein shakes are literally just protein from milk or protein from plants extracted into a highly concentrated form, which is called a plant protein or a whey protein. It's just protein. Protein is protein. Basically here, what she's saying, she has basically generalized a protein shake into the weight loss and immunity boosting marketed supplements. And if you're combining protein shakes with steroids or fat burners, that's obviously a bad thing. That does not make any sense. So here, miss, you are not knowledgeable about research. Okay, you are nobody to give research packed information to anybody and making such absurd claims where there is already so much of misinformation around protein shakes and supplements. Okay, now I'll just tell you what supplements are really safe and what are really important. Okay, number one, protein shakes only if you cannot get the required amount of protein from your diet, meaning if you can eat your goddamn protein, then you do not have to drink your goddamn protein shake. It's just as simple as that. But if you are not able to get the amount of protein, if you have a busy schedule, if you want something easy, an easy protein option, then a protein shake or a protein bar would be very beneficial. And it is 100% safe. It's whey protein is just protein from milk, extracted in a form where there is no fat and no lactose. Okay? Plant protein is basically just protein extracted from peas and brown rice, so that you don't have to take a lot of peas and brown rice with the extra amount of carbs and calories that you would rather get. The second supplement, vitamin D. If you're not getting enough vitamin D, and especially if you have very low levels of vitamin D, then you'll have to go get it. Not taking vitamin D supplements when you have a deficiency is the stupidest thing to do on the planet. Trust me about it. Taking a vitamin D supplement, if you have lower levels of vitamin D3, then it is absolutely essential. It is absolutely optimal for your health. Now, it's your choice if you want to be stupid or you want to be smart. If you want to be stupid and say, I read a research-backed information, I read this article which says that these protein shakes can land you in the hospital. Or if you want to be smart and read the meta-analyses of the clinical trials which say that protein shakes are absolutely fine. The third, I would say, is a omega-3 fish oil, healthy fats. Nowadays, we have a lot of inflammation, lot of oxidative stress happening around, the pollution, the mental stress, physical stress, etc., etc. So due to which there is a lot of inflammation and oxidation happening in our body. Omega-3 fatty acid is simply just a healthy fat which helps you reduce inflammation in the body. It helps you boost your HDL, which is the good cholesterol, and it reduces the bad cholesterol markers in your blood, which is basically VLDL, triglycerides, etc. Okay, and omega-3 also helps your joint health. Okay, with your joint health, with your heart health, with your cholesterol levels boosting and the good cholesterol rising up, it's all everything working in your favor. And especially if you're in your old age, omega-3 becomes very important because nobody is eating a lot of fish and salmon every day, right? So unless you are, then you wouldn't need an omega-3 supplement. But if you're not, then guess what? It's always beneficial to supplement with omega-3 fatty acids. Now, this video is another classical example of fear mongering, where people tell that don't drink protein shakes, you'll have liver problems, your kidney will fail, your heart will fail, your kidney में heart attack आ जाएगा, your heart में trauma हो जाएगा. Classical example of fear mongering. Don't eat ghee because it will make you fat. It's going to cause heart disease. Don't do weight training. It causes back problems. Don't do cardio. It kills your heart. Don't drink water. It has chemicals. Don't breathe air. It has a lot of bad gases. A lot of fear mongering in the world. You see? A lot of fear mongering. When such people are not really research backed and they start spreading more misinformation and misleading advice, it really gets even more frustrating. And I cannot tell you the amount of people that write to me every day on my DMs and emails saying that, sir, I'm very frustrated because there's a lot of confusing info in the fitness industry. And I have to really guide them saying that, listen, I'll tell you the list of few channels and the Instagram people that you should follow. Like I always say, right? Lane Norton, Alan Aragon. There's Prachi Puri, there's Greg Doucette, more plates, more dates, and there's your boy Zealocity, who's trying to do the same as these big dudes in the industry, and I'm just trying to contribute to the Indian fitness scene. But understand this, that there is a lot of confusing information, but follow the guys that are doing their research and are ahead of the game. Okay? Now, again, as I told, research is a big field and you have to direct your research in the right way. The reliability matters a lot. So you have to make sure that your research is happening in the right direction, happening in the right value and quality and the reliability, right? So unreliable research is just misinformation. And that's what the news channel has done. I think every news channel should have a very smart and educated researcher in the field of nutrition who can actually go through all the information before putting it out like this. This is blatant. This is just getting more TRP, getting more views for your channel. It's just that. Even if you want to do more TRP or even if you want to gain more traction or more audience on your news channel, at least do it in the right way. At least it should be providing really good value to the consumers, right? And which it is not. As people, as the fitness community, we need to grow and outgrow such stupid and misinformation spreading people. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I hope you actually liked this, and if you did, hit the like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and then you see this bell icon right there. You smash that bell icon, smash the hell out of it, and you get notifications whenever I post videos. And you can hit me up on my Instagram for my personal coachings or video consultations. I would love to help you. And thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Stay tuned.
I think the girls with their nails done now. Girls with their